Hi everyone, it's Leslie and welcome back to my channel. I'd like to introduce to you the idea of multiple-sided shapes, 3D shapes, and I think this is a pretty good place to start. This is basically a three-sided object that makes a bead, and you can do a lot of different things with it. I've done earrings, but you could also string them together for a necklace or bracelet. And this is a good introduction to making these kind of multiple-sided objects. This is where I began with a two-sided object, and I'll show you how to get going with more three-dimensional beads and other ideas. So to get started with this, I've got two different colors of Japanese size 11 delica beads. The green is 1006. It's kind of an iridescent greeny teal, and the silver one is 38. It's sort of a palladium plated silver kind of color. And this is green Miyuki beading thread. You could also use KO thread. Either one of those threads is good for dimensional beadwork. I don't recommend using a monofilament because you need a little give. This is a size 10 beading needle. Okay, I'm going to thread up the needle and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got about an arm's length of thread threaded onto my needle. And to get started, I'm going to pick up 4 beads. I'm going to leave like a 3 or 4 inch tail, and then I'm going to go back through those 4 beads to make them in a circle. I'm not a big knot tyer in beadwork, but for this it can be useful. So I'm going to tie a little double knot here. There we go. And I'm going to go back through the first bead. So my beads are in sort of a square shape like that. So to make this shape, we're going to do kind of a herringbone increase on the top and the bottom. And we're going to do a different increase on the sides. So we're going to start with the top one. So you're going to pick up 2 beads. And you're going to go into the very next bead. So those 2 beads are going to sit on top of the 2 below. Now the side one, you're just going to put 1 in. Between those 2. And at the bottom, I'm going to pick up 2 and go through the very next bead again. Those should sit on top. And then to finish the row, we're going to pick up 1 and go through 2 beads to finish. This is a teeny bit tight because I've got a little knot in there, but you should be able to get through there. Okay, so that's row 2. Okay, that's what it should look like. On the next row, we're going to do the same thing at the top and the bottom. We're going to put in 2. Then we're going to peyote 2 on the side. 1, 2. And finish up the same on the other side. Put in 2 at the bottom. 1, peyote 1, peyote 1 again, and step up. Just make sure the beads are all sitting on top of each other properly. Now in the next row, we're going to put 2 beads. You can see how that space is getting kind of big. So I'm going to go and put 2 in this space, peyote 1, and then 2 in this space on the side. 2, peyote 1, add 2 on the side, peyote 1, and the same on the other side. 2, 1, 2, and 1. So counting up this kind of herringbone row, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do one more row around, and then we'll do an edge row. We'll do one more row and then an edge row to make it like this. So it'll look like that on the edge. Okay. So this time we're going to do herringbone increase here, peyote 2, 1, 1. Put 1 between the 2 beads that you did before. 1, 1. So the side increase is 1, 0, 2. So we're back to the 1. 2 at the top. Peyote 1 and 2. Pull that tight. Peyote 1. 1 again. And 1 again. Down to the bottom. Make sure that's sitting right in there. You could do this with other kinds of beads too. You could do this with check seed beads. It would work as well. Pick up 2 for the bottom. 1, 1, and the last 3. 1, 2, and the last one, step up to the top. Okay, so now we've got 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do a row in the silver. So we're going to put 2 here and then peyote down to the bottom. Single stitches all the way. And the same on the other side. And we'll meet you at the end. I'm going to do 2 peyote around and step up at the end. So I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay, so now we've got a total of 6 rows. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the last row we're going to do is the connector row. So on this first one, we're going to go all the way around. So in this top one, we're going to end. We're just going to put 1 bead at the top. We're going to go peyote 1, 2, 3, individual, and you see you've got your big space there again. We're back to 2. Put 2 in there and go down to the bottom. Only got my 1 at the top. And I'm going to continue that way around, and I will see you at the end of the row. Okay, there we are. There's one completed side. Now you could continue and you could make this as big as you want. You could make it a little bit smaller too, as long as you keep putting the herringbone increase, 2 beads at the top and the bottom. And here you follow the cycle. It's 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, and we ended with 2. You just keep going if you want to. But this first side is complete, so I'm going to weave in the threads, and I will start another one momentarily. Okay, there's my first side. I wove in both the threads. It's the same front and back. And the next thing I'm going to do is make another one exactly like this through row 6. So up until the first row of silver, not this last row with the 1. And I'm going to do that, and I will be back to talk to you about how to start connecting them. Okay, I'm back. This is my completed piece. This is the second side, and I finished on row number 6 just like before, with my tail coming out of the top. Now I'm going to be zipping these together. And if I wanted to make one of these, I would zip the 2 pieces together. But since I'm doing 3 pieces, 3 sides, I'm only going to zip one side together. So I'm going to put in row 7 on the first side. So I'll have 1 at the bottom, and I'll peyote up the side. I'll put 2 in this space. So my edging is just going on one side. Edge. And I do the top and the bottom ones. Okay. So now, with this side, I'm going to sew the 2 together. So line them up. These are going to be, I'm going to be zipping. So my thread is coming out right here. I'm going to line them up. I'm going to go from one side to the other. When I get to the 2 over here, I'm just going to go through those 2. Treat them as one unit. There we go. Keep pulling tight. Go up to the top. Okay, so we've got our 2 sides sewn together. And we've got our edging on the 2 other edges. The third piece is going to fit right in there. But for now, I'm going to weave in my end, and then I'm going to make a third side for this, exactly the same through row 6. And I will come back and show you how to finish it off in a moment. Okay, here we are. I've got my 2 pieces put together on one side and open on the other side. And then I've got my third side through row 6 that we're going to sew right in here. We're going to zip it all together. So I do need to put one down at the end here. Then I'm going to lay this inside, just like that. And I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to start zipping. Going from right to left, because I'm right-handed. Zip up this one side. Again, where you've got 2 in the connector row, just go through those. Going up to the top. We will have a little something to do at the top here, just to get this finalized. Okay. I'm coming up here to the top. Okay, so when you get up to the top here, you see the other two sides already have their top bead. So we need to put one here. And then before we zip down the other side, we need to connect these 3 beads together. Do you see where your thread is coming out down here? You need to go back up in the side that will be zipped together. Go back up one to that tip bead at the tip. And attach those 3 beads. Go around a couple of times. Those 3 beads at the tip. That'll just reinforce it. Once that's done, start zipping down the other side, back and forth. Keep going. Treat the 2 as one here at this corner. Keep going to the other end. And when you reach the end, go up into that bead at the tip. We already laid that in. So now there's 3 beads at the top. Again, go around them to connect them. A little reinforcement. And now you can weave the end in. Okay, and you're done. You've got a 3-sided bead. It's got a hole in either end. So you could make this into an earring or string something on it. It's stable. And it's quite fun. I can't wait to see what you do with this. Do send me some photos. And thanks for watching. See you next time.